Hey, it's been a little while since I recorded one of these update videos on Ectolibrium, but because of that, I actually have some stuff to share. So I think the last two videos that I recorded were about the Grotto system for the game, and the Grotto is basically a garden where you can grow content gradually as you play the game, and then return to it to harvest the benefits that you've grown. And now that system is linked with the scoreboard system. Before they were pretty unrelated. The scoreboard system didn't actually have any tangible gameplay benefit. It was more just for people that were completionists or wanted to compete on leaderboards and things like that. But now each of these habitats that you grow in the grotto, each of these pink nodes is a habitat node, so you can sprout those into habitats. And habitats are where you plant seeds, which then grow into larvae, and you can harvest mutations from them to improve your game. But each of these habitats, when it's active, has an upkeep factor, and when you complete a level, that upkeep factor is multiplied by the amount of time that you spent in that level, and then that upkeep cost for all of the growths or all of the habitats currently growing in your grotto are subtracted from your score. So you can, if you don't have a high enough score and the upkeep cost is higher than your score, basically, then plants will start dying, including all of the eggs or seeds that are growing on them. So you'll have to, if you want to have a really big garden growing in your grotto, you'll have to perform really well in the game levels in order to have a high enough score to sustain that. And there are various. I mean, it's a little bit complicated what's going on behind the scenes, so I need to figure out some ways of communicating that information clearly. Right now, it's a little esoteric. I don't think anyone would figure it out on their own without adding some visuals and things that aren't in place yet. But it is basically coded and working. There's still a lot of testing I'd like to do, but this will probably be the least refined element of the game when it goes out on early access, just because I'll have had the least time to test this. But that's part of the plan. Each episode is going to have the linear content, the narrative content, and then also some sort of auxiliary system in place that will add replayability to that content. So this grotto is the replayability system for the first episode, and I have some ideas for future episodes too, but not quite there yet. Let's see, what else do I have on the list? Oh yeah, so this last week, that's mainly what I've been working on. Technically, is getting the grotto system and stitching it together with the score system. But I had a chance to chat with my friend Michael Simbersky, who works in the industry, and he did some quick paintovers to give me ideas for how to improve these levels visually before the January 1st release. And these are, again, super quick. He's actually a really good artist, but he was just kind of whipping these out to communicate some ideas really quickly. But his feedback mainly was that he liked everything that we were doing visually. He just thought that we should do a lot more of it. So take the existing themes and a lot of the existing assets, and then maybe enhance them a little bit and just expand them in terms of how much content is in these areas. So he gave me a lot of ideas to work with there, and I think we'll be able to do at least one more pass before January 1st to improve the visuals. I don't know to what extent we'll implement all of these ideas, but I think this is the right direction, and I enjoyed having a chance to do these paintovers with him. So if not before January 1st, at least down the line, this is sort of the direction we want to head. But imagine that as 3D assets, not just painted over. And then, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I did a podcast interview with Indie Gaming Podcast. I think that'll come out sometime in the next couple days, so look for that. Or I'll definitely post a link all over our various outlets when it goes up. But I think that'll be fun to listen to. Oh yeah, I didn't really talk about this, but with each, in addition to the other features that I mentioned, with each episode, I want to have at least one big, like a central mechanic to sort of act as the focus for that episode. And I won't abandon the mechanics from the previous episodes, but I'll at least introduce one big new mechanic and sort of introduce a bunch of gameplay that comes with that. So, and all of that has been coded, at least in prototype form. And I think, like I've said before, we do have a block out for the overall story going forward. So I'm really excited to keep going on this, and I hope you're excited to play it. Make sure to wishlist it if you haven't yet on Steam. Again, the first episode comes out in early access on January 1st. So thanks for watching. One more thing really quick that I forgot to mention is that Nick Huck has been making an intro video for the game. People definitely thought that the beginning was a little disorienting, and I think it still will be disorienting intentionally, but hopefully this intro cinematic will sort of ground people in the narrative a little better. And basically it's just going to show your character getting pulled from your native dimension and dropped into the environment that the game takes place in. So this is just a teaser he made for it. I'm going to play it here without jabbering, although I'll also link to just this video standing alone. Oops.